Hi everyone, today's unboxing is for the monthly subscription service to She Reads Truth, which is a Bible study subscription service. Every month for about $27, you get a Bible study book and access to a community who's going to go through that particular Bible study if you so choose. Your membership includes access to all of the plans also on their app, exclusive offers, and early access to sales. Occasionally in the boxes you will get other free stuff. It's pretty rare, so don't count on it, but it's nice to get when you do get it. It's just a nicety. The box itself is $20, and then you have added shipping and tax. This is She Reads Truth, which is geared to women. There's also a He Reads Truth geared to men and a Kids Reads Truth. So, you can skip a month. I think that's still in place. However, you have to have been subscribed for 3 months before you can do that. So if you're a new subscriber, you need to stay subscribed for 3 months before you can do skipping. Now, well, let's just dive into the box and then I will tell you more about how I do things. So this box here is our August 2025 box. Let's dive in and see what we have. All right, so looks like just the book today. Move the box out of the way. All right, so our book this month is Nehemiah, Rebuild and Renew. Oh, this is cool. This is something new. So here's kind of a prayer. Thank you, God, for the opportunity to read and get to know you more through your word. And you can pray that. That's awesome. Okay, so here's this month's box. You receive it in August, but the plan starts in September. On September 15th, if you want to follow along or do it with their community, you can do that. Yeah, and then I also love that they give you the upcoming months so that you know. So like in September, John is the study. In October, it's Revelation, Worthy is the Lamb. And in November, they have their annual Advent. So there you have it. So if you're interested in any of these months, you can go ahead and subscribe for that. All right. There's not much to tell about the books. This is a Bible study. If you're not familiar with this, I've done several videos because I've been a subscriber for a few years now. You can always go back and take a look. They're pretty much the same in that the context of the way the box is. You get this Bible study book. They did have at one point where you could get spiral bound. I don't know if they still offer that, but I do actually like having the spine, which tells me what the Bible study is. So I can, line these up on my bookshelf, either for when I need to do them or for the ones I've completed, and everything's all there. Now this one is a thin one, which means it's going to be a shorter study. Now they vary in length. So let's see what this one is. This one's got, let's see, week 1, week 2, week 3. Is there a week 4? No. So this one's just a 3-week study, which is why it's on the shorter side. Probably a lot of them are more geared toward 4 weeks, but Nehemiah is a short book. So, they get information on starting the study. You basically read through, like this one, we're reading through. I like that they give us plenty of space to write notes. I do underlining. I write notes all over the place, right? They've got some illustrations. The fonts and the colors and the illustrations are all very they are systematic about what they want to use. So here's day 2. It's got notes. So the way that they're typically set up, the studies are, you have like 7 days. You get 6 days of study, and then you have a grace day. You always have a grace day at the end where you can, take a break if you want, or just focus on prayer and not the study. Whatever you want to do with this. This is a self-directed Bible study, meaning that you're doing the reading, you're praying and asking God to tell you what He wants you to have out of it, and you're getting that. Like, most of the time, there's not questions. Occasionally, they'll have a study where they're asked questions, but most of the time, it's you just focus on what is God trying to teach you in the Word. Just so that you know, this is what version is this? I have to look it up because it's not the one that I typically use for church. CEV, I think it is. Yeah, I can't remember offhand. CSV, CEV, something like that. There's so many versions out there. And I know it says somewhere, but I can't remember specifically. So if you are used to a different version than that, I'm actually used to doing many versions. My church currently uses the ESV, which is the English Standard Version. I grew up in a church that used the King James. When I got older and the New King James came out, I preferred that one. I've attended churches that have used the NIV. I have kind of picked up doing the NLT, which is New Living Translation, and I've enjoyed that. The thing I would just put out there as far as the versions are concerned is there's tweaking with all the versions, So what I would tell you is if you find a particular verse that you are, basing things on that or you're questioning, or it's something that spoke to you, take that verse or that section of verses and take a look at multiple translations to give you a fuller view. English is a fluid language. So sometimes there's words that we don't use or we don't understand, and some of the versions make it a little easier, but then there are things that kind of get lost in translation a little bit, or you thought you understood it a different way, or I just say, I'm not, and please don't crucify me, pardon my phrasing, I probably should have phrased it that way. I'm so sorry for that one. But please don't get all upset with me when I say that I am not a one version person. I know there's some Christians who stand on one version. I'm not judging. I'm just saying that for me, I like to look at all the versions and kind of see what's going on, what everybody else did. So there you have it. I'm going to hop off that horse. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was that within these, sometimes you'll get like recipes. Look at this one. This one's got like a cool map of the walls of Jerusalem, which is appropriate because Nehemiah was building the walls of Jerusalem at the time. But sometimes you get hymns. There's just some fun things within it. And then at the very end, my favorite thing is after I've finished, I can fill out this page, which asks me questions like, what was my favorite day? What verse convicted me? What verse spoke to me? What was God doing in my life during this study? I love that one because that's like a historical thing. So I'll write down what God's doing, and then I have that to go back to later on and go, look what God was doing when I was studying Nehemiah. So, all right. This card, I love that there's a prayer on it. That's new. They used to be blank, and I would write a Bible verse because usually they give you a Bible verse. They highlight a Bible verse to memorize in the studies, and I typically would write them on the blank back Well, now I'm just going to have to write them somewhere in the white space here. But I always use these as my bookmarks. So, all right. So that is it for today's video of the August She Reads Truth subscription box unboxing. If you like this video, please take a moment to hit the like button down below. And also, if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, it'll let you know when I post my unboxings. As always, I love your comments. What'd you think of this unboxing? Have you read Nehemiah? What's your favorite Bible verse? Or since we're talking about versions, what's your favorite version? Your go-to Bible translation. Or if you just want to say hi, that's okay too. I love your comments. I read and respond to them all. So let me touch quickly on what if I liked this box and what I liked about it. And yes, I do. Since I've been subscribed for a few years, I do not need or participate in, I shouldn't say I don't need it. I do have a community of believers that I do Bible studies with. It is not this particular study, so I'm okay with this being self-directed and just something I do on my own. I don't necessarily do this every day, so it takes me longer to go through these studies, and therefore I will get where I'll accumulate them after a while. So I have to pause my subscription, skip a few months to get to where I can catch up. So right now I'm in where I'm starting to accumulate. It's not bad yet. I really wanted Nehemiah, so I was excited about that. And I'm like, well, I got to get that anyway. But I do like that they allow you to skip. I think the price point is good for what you get. And I just love that it's an additional way to get you in the Word. All right, so that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. You guys are awesome. Have a great day.